What's going on, guys? This is Mikeinoid, and today we'll be talking about the Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. So I'm not too familiar with the original Nintendo World Championships since it was before my time. All I know is that it was a nationwide competition held in 1990 and brought back in 2017, and the original NES cartridge is worth as much as a year's month of apartment rent nowadays. But Nintendo has brought the championship straight to the people's homes with the newly released Nintendo World Championships NES Edition for the Nintendo Switch. There are two ways you can get this game in the US. You can purchase it on the eShop for about $30, or purchase the Deluxe Set that comes with the physical copy and other goodies for $60. That's about 633 Swedish bananas. Just a brief overview of this game for those who aren't familiar. This isn't a compilation of NES games, but it takes those games and had you play short challenges and finish in the shortest amount of time possible. I feel like this game is going under the radar a little bit. If you're not really a fan of the NES and their games, then this is going to be a hard sell for you. And we kind of already seen games like this before with the NES remix titles for the Wii U and 3DS, but I wanted to give this game a shot, so I pre-ordered the Deluxe Set as soon as pre-orders went up. So we're going to unbox this, and I'll give my first impressions of this challenge-filled title. Besides the game, you do get 13 art cards featuring various NES titles, a 5-pin set, and a gold Nintendo World Championship NES cartridge with a display stand and a dust cover sleeve. I really like how the artwork on this box is reflected to make it look way more pristine. The 5 pins are super high quality that feature Mario, Link, Samus, and Donkey Kong, as well as the Nintendo World Championship logo. I think just keeping them in the box like this would make this a cool display item. Then we have the golden NES cartridge that comes in a dust cover sleeve. The cartridge is just a replica, so it doesn't actually work like an NES game, but it's still super cool looking, and with the included acrylic stand, you are able to display it in all of its glory. We also have the 13 art cards that feature the 13 NES games. Each card has the original box art on one side and a sprite from the game on the other side. I think since these are super high quality, these would look pretty good hung up on a wall. I don't think I have the space for them, but maybe one day I'll find some room. For $60, you would expect everything to be high quality, and this Deluxe Set does not disappoint in my opinion. The Japanese version actually includes 2 wireless Famicom controllers instead of the cartridge, and it is possible to just get the physical game by itself from overseas, so you do have some options when it comes to purchasing this game. Speaking of which, the game is sealed, but I mean, you know, that's no use to me, so I'm tearing this shit up. And you do have the 13 games featured on the inside cover, which is a nice touch. But that's about it for the unboxing portion. Let's put the average size cartridge in the Switch and start playing. We'll be focused solely on the 1-player mode in this video since I ain't got anyone to play with for party mode. When you first play the game, you are given some context of what Nintendo World Championships were, and see, look, they called out me. I wasn't even born in that time. And then you'll set up your profile with a hype tag, a player icon, and a favorite NES or Famicom game. Some of these hype tags are pretty funny, but I just had to rep the DS era. The player icons you can choose from are pretty limited, as you will need coins to unlock more. And the way you get coins is playing any of the 3 modes. Speedrun mode is the mode that lets you play offline, where you can take on any of the 150 challenges at any time to get the lowest time possible. These challenges are taken from the 13 NES titles, which include Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Kid Icarus, Super Mario Bros. 2, Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Balloon Fight, Super Mario Bros. 3, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and Kirby's Adventure. Some games have more challenges than others, so if you're a huge fan of Excite Bike and really hate Kirby's Adventure, you're probably not going to like this game. Challenges are separated from difficulty, starting with normal, then going to hard, master, and legend. And each challenge is based off the game itself, so Super Mario Bros. Challenges consist of grabbing the mushroom in level 1-1, collecting all the coins on the screen, and making your way to get to the secret warp pipes. Each game has one legend challenge, and Super Mario Bros. Legend Challenge is literally beating the entire game. God damn! Each challenge shows you the objective and a clip of what you need to do to complete it. You will be able to see your personal best time and view a replay of how you did it. I also like how it shows you the release date of the game to remind you how freaking old these are. When you start, you will have the instructions on how to play and your personal best replay on the right. Thankfully, these two features can be turned off in the settings if you don't want them. Like I mentioned earlier, your goal is to complete each challenge with the lowest time possible. And by the way, you want to complete each challenge as perfect as possible, because not only you do want to get that good time, but if you happen to die or mess something up, it's going to end up rewinding you, so it will give you a second chance without having to restart the whole challenge, but your time's not going to be as good since the timer doesn't stop when you're rewinded. And the highest and toughest rank is S rank, but achieving at least an A rank for the first time will earn you a pin. There are 183 pins to unlock, and you can set one as your favorite to be shown by your name and player icon. Most of the challenges won't be available to you, as you will also need coins to unlock them. So it's best that you keep trying to get a better time, since you will earn more coins. Since you're playing NES challenges, using one of the NES wireless controllers ain't a bad idea, as you will get that authentic NES experience. The only issue I have is that pressing L and R on the NES controller takes you back to the start menu, while on a Pro controller instantly restarts the challenge. It's not a huge deal since it's like a half a second difference, but it's just something to note before you buy these NES controllers at 20% discount. Don't have a Nintendo Switch Online membership? Well, then you're going to be missing basically half of what this game has to offer. The two online modes are World Championships and Survival Mode. World Championships is where you will be competing against the entire world for the best time possible across 5 different challenges. These World Championships will cycle every week, and you can replay challenges as much as you want before the entry period ends. Since I'm just pumping this video out, I won't be able to show you guys that I was the best of all time in the first World Championships, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It's best if you aim for an S rank in one of the 5 challenges here, since not only you will get extra coins, but your best time will carry over to your personal best record. Survival mode is basically a mini battle royale where you will compete against 7 other players' ghost data to outlast them in 3 different challenges. The silver division will consist of easier challenges, while the gold division will have more challenging ones. This is where all that practice and replaying really comes through, since here you only got one shot of getting a good time. Otherwise, you're done, kid. This mode will also cycle through every week, so if the gold division is just too hard for you, then there's always next time. In terms of content, there's really not much to Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, but it does rely heavily on replayability. I've only had this game for a couple days now, and I've been able to do almost every challenge, and that's me taking my time with the game. I have been enjoying getting better times and unlocking all the challenges and more player icons. I also look forward to seeing where I rank among other players within the same birth year as me in World Championship mode and participating in future events. Despite the fact that I do enjoy this game overall, I can't help but feel that this game may have fit better as another title included in the Nintendo Switch Online membership, such as Tetris 99 and F-Zero 99. Don't get me wrong, I do like the fact that this game was made physical. I just feel like a good chunk of this game's content is locked behind online features, so when the Switch's online servers go offline one day, you're just left with a half-baked version of a NES Remix title. Speaking of which, I've played Ultimate NES Remix on the Nintendo 3DS before, and I have to say that there should have been more added in Nintendo World Championships in terms of both challenges and NES titles. Where is Dr. Mario? Where is Punch-Out? Where's Donkey Kong Jr.? Mario Bros? There's a good amount of NES games that could have easily been added in this title. I feel like Nintendo may give this game free updates and add more content, but you know, who knows? Who knows with Nintendo nowadays? They're a wild card. Also, Nintendo really loves to milk the NES, like down to the very last drop. All I'm saying is that it would be nice to see an SNES edition, an N64 edition, even a Game Boy edition that has Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. I think that'd be pretty cool. So if you're a fan of NES titles and speedrunning, then I recommend trying Nintendo World Championships and pull out that turnip as fast as you can. It's not as easy as it sounds. You gotta do it like computer perfect. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. There's nothing worse than getting to the third challenge of survival mode just to lose. Like, that is the worst feeling I've ever felt in my 25 years of living.